Every 10 seconds, somebody in this country is arrested for a crime that did not hurt anybody else. These victimless crimes are causing a great deal of cost monetarily to both the state and the federal government. It is causing a large cost to the society itself, and the nature of these crimes being illegal ends up making them more destructive than they inherently are. The first point that I have to make about these crimes is that they are very costly to the state and federal government. Due to DrugSense.org, the federal government last year spent $15 billion on the war on drugs. State government spent a total of $25 billion. That is more than $500 per second being spent fighting drugs. Whereas on the flip side, or there's another way to look at it would be, due to the Justice.org's statistics, approximately 1.5 million kilograms of marijuana are smuggled into this country.
That's your 1 minute. I apologize. Keep going.
Lost my place now. 1.5 million kilograms of marijuana are smuggled into this country per year. Due to the going street rate of marijuana, that is about $14 billion of $14 billion that is being fought against. That could be taxed, put towards education, put towards infrastructure, all these sorts of other things. Another victimless crime that is also illegal is prostitution. And I'll use statistics from one city just to show you how costly fighting this crime is. In LA itself, 300 to 400 people are arrested per month for prostitution. At about $2,000 per case, that's around $600,000 fighting prostitution in just court cases alone per year. Then there's another $120 million spent in programs suppressing prostitution, and another $100 million bought in general enforcement of prostitution laws. And that's just in LA. Just to give you a ballpark of how much we spend fighting this crime. The second reason why victimless crime should be legal is that these crimes, being illegal, creates a persistent criminal underclass that cannot shake their stigma in any way, shape, or form. Due to the Department of Justice, they give a statistic of about 80% of people released from prison within 3 years end up in prison again. And that is because, due to our society, if somebody carries this mark of having been in prison or being convicted of a crime, they cannot acquire a legitimate job they can't acquire a job very easily. And so most of these people go back to doing the same crimes that they ended up in prison in the first place, usually drugs or prostitution. And Jeffrey Ryman, the author of the book, The Rich Get Richer and the Poor Get Prison, further elaborates on this point, stating that, basically what I said before, that our society does not allow anyone who's been convicted of a crime to re-enter normal society, just forcing them to go into a perpetual cycle of getting arrested, released, going back to crime, arrested, released, crime, arrested, released. And they cannot break free from that cycle. The third point, or the third reason why victimless crime should be legalized, is that these crimes, due to the nature of being illegal, makes them dangerous even though they are inherently behaviors that are not dangerous. Case in point is when Ronald Reagan initiated the war on drugs, though he did initially have fair success in keeping drugs out of the country, it eventually shifted the drug trafficking to the hands of a few cartels, making them immensely wealthy and allowing them to further expand their reach and purchase weaponry that puts them on par with the American military, making these institutions very dangerous. And so I conclude by saying, with the 3 points of these crimes being costly to the state and to the federal government, with them being damaging to society itself, and because they cause the few criminal elements that do control them to become immensely dangerous, is the one person every 10 seconds being arrested for these crimes really worth it?